to do my 36-week pregnancy update. I have literally just sat here and rambled for about 10 minutes before realising once again that my memory card wasn't inserted, which means it didn't record. So now I've got to try and remember exactly what I said, which isn't going to help or work, but fingers crossed it goes well. This week's been quite a good week, as much as I like to think. Braxton Hicks are still my best friend. I get them daily, several times a day in fact. Nothing that's causing concern, there's no pattern to them, or nothing that a change in position can't fix, but they do tend to be a lot stronger if I'm walking, and I have noticed that. We went to the park on the weekend and we done a really long walk around the park. It probably took us about 2 hours to walk around the park, and I was definitely getting some pretty good Braxton Hicks at that point. I still haven't had any sickness, which I am so very grateful for. I didn't have any sickness at all with my pregnancy with Keira, so I'm hoping that the sickness stays away. You know, it'd be a shame if it reappeared now, with obviously so little time left to my due date. I've noticed that the movements have slowed down, not to the point where obviously I'm concerned about them, just to the point where I know that it's quite obvious now that there's no room left in there for the baby to move. So the movements are slow, they're sharp, they're definitely strong. The baby's sort of all up here under my ribs still, so I know they haven't dropped down. And I get a lot of movements in my side, so like just below my ribs, and it feels quite sharp or quite pointy, so like it's the tip of your elbow or your knee, or the tip of your foot or something. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. I'm sure it happens to everyone else, not just me. I remember it happening with Keira, so it must happen to everyone else, and it is so painful. This is probably going to be a bit TMI, but I've been having a lot of pressure down there, sort of that place, the secret place. Yeah, I've been having a lot of pressure down there, so I definitely know that some days the baby is pressing down on it. I definitely don't feel like they've engaged fully or anything like that. I know that they have popped in and out on several occasions, mainly because I can feel it, so it is quite a sharp, shocking pain, and you do feel like you have a head between your legs, to put it nicely. But I've heard that with second pregnancies the baby can pop in and out, which I assume is what this one's been doing. I've noticed that Keira's become a lot more clingy. I don't know if that's just due to the fact that she's going through her last Wonder Week sleep, or if, like dogs and cats, like she can sense that the end is nearing. I'm not sure, but she doesn't leave me alone anymore. Not so much when Darren's at home. When Darren's at home, she's still very much a daddy's girl, but when it's sort of just me and her at home on our own, she won't leave me alone. She'll be literally hanging off my leg, screaming at me to pick her up. She doesn't leave my side. If I leave her downstairs to go up, you know, to quickly go upstairs to use the toilet, and then when I do come back downstairs, she doesn't leave me alone, and she clings to me, and she just hang off me. Obviously I don't mind, because, you know, she's still little, she's still technically a baby, and she's still very much dependent on me. But it's very annoying when I'm trying to do something, like if I'm trying to clean the house or wash up. It's takes its toll, and I am very thankful for when Darren gets home from work and he takes her off my hands for me. So yeah, other than that, I don't really think there's much to update on. We did have our growth scan last Monday. If you remember from my 35-week video, I did mention that we was booked in for that scan, and we went and everything was fine. There was no issues whatsoever with baby. Baby's growing nicely. They predicted the baby to be weighing about £5 5 ounces at 35 weeks, which she said was a nice weight for how far along I was, so they have no concerns. I have to go back next Monday, which is the 15th, just so that they've got something to compare it against. But she said that she can't see anything being wrong. We almost, literally, we was like seconds away from finding out the gender, but at the last minute I said no, I didn't want to know. Darren was all for it, but it just feels like a shame that we've got this far not knowing, and for us to find out now, I just feel like I've just wasted all them weeks not knowing. So yeah, I think we're pretty much set on baby buys now. I think we literally just need a crib mattress and the car seat adapters. Other than that, we're pretty much sorted. We've got everything. So yeah, I have a midwife appointment this afternoon, which I will include in next week's video. We'll be discussing birth prep and going through the birthing options. Obviously I'm having the home birth, but we'll be talking about it in detail and what I need to know and what I need to do, etc. So hopefully that goes well. I'll leave you with a belly shot. Bye. So this is the 36-week bump. As you can see, I feel like I'm getting bigger now, so hopefully it's not too long.